Hi there. Claudia asked for a quick explainer video on cPanel, so that's what we're going to look at today. Here I am at the Reclaim host site. I'm first going to log in with the client area login button. I click that, and I had already logged in before, so it kind of remembers after a while that you've logged in, so it just came straight to here. Now this isn't cPanel, this is like something in front of cPanel that lets you look at the accounts that you have, the domains that you have, any billing stuff. You can ask support, submit a ticket if you have a question, and if there's a community here with a forum you can look at as well. But we're interested in cPanel. It's the main tool for managing your website. So let's go in there. Okay, over here on the side there's a bunch of stuff about your site. For example, disk usage. So I'm up to 72% of disk usage in various other things. Number of subdomains, I have 33. You probably have like 2, but whatever it is. Okay, over here is the most important stuff. Here is where you can actually install your own applications. We won't be using these in this class, but you can install WordPress with just one click here, or well, maybe more than one. And there's a bunch of other applications you can install and play with if you want. So, and as long as you have the disk space, there's no limit. There's all sorts of stuff here. There's emails, calendars, wikis, forums, all sorts of things, that content management stuff, e-commerce stuff for selling things, you name it, there's all sorts of weird stuff there. All right, going to go back here. This is how you get back to home. All right, the cPanel home is there. All right, now the main things we'll be interested in this course, there's the file manager, and that opens a new tab that you can use to, surprise, surprise, manage files. It's pretty, it actually isn't bad at all. So you can do things like, let's say, I've got, let's see, what's a good one here? Here's exercises, my subdomain, kieranmathesons.com. If I want to create a direct subdirectory there, a folder up here, I just go where I want the folder to be, click folder, type a name, we'll call it doggos, and there we go. So that's how you create something. I'll go into doggos. One thing, sometimes I make a mistake when I upload a file. Sometimes I'll just drag it into here, and that doesn't work really well. You need to make sure you click upload first. Then you can drop files here. So I'll take this book and drop it in there. It's Math for Programmers. Once the file is uploaded, you can click this link, go back, and that will show you that file that you added there. To delete it, you can click it and press the delete button, or you can use this link, or you can right click it and select delete, like that. You can make files as well. Up here is clicks file, and let's make a file called doggos.html. Okay, and now you can edit the file. When you edit a file, don't use HTML edit, because that's a sort of a drag and drop editor that isn't that useful for this class. We're more interested in just straight editing. And so you can put stuff in here, like I'll just put each one, doggos, like that. It's not a great editor, it's really basic, it's good for quick changes, but that's about it. It does have some features whereby if you see something like this, like an error, it tells you something might be wrong, and you should check to see what it tells you. I'll just put that in there, and then you save once you're done. That's actually opened a new tab, so you can close this tab once you're done with it. And now we have that particular file. So you can make folders, you can make files, as you can see up there. You can right-click on a file and do a bunch of different operations. For example, you can download it to your computer. If you hit download, and then I can save it, which I really don't want. But you can edit it as we just did. You can move it to different folders. You can copy, you can rename and delete and other things. You can also compress. So if you have a bunch of files, you can make them into a zip file if you want to carry something around. For example, I can go up here, and let's say this doggos, or this one here, simple exercise, has an exercise I want to do. I can right click on it and I can compress it. I can make a zip file, and that's a convenient way for making a backup of an entire site and sending it to someone. I'll delete that. Okay, that's about it for the file manager. This is where you'll spend a lot of your time in cPanel in our course anyway. Most of the other things we don't care about too much, except for a couple of things. Firstly, there's directory privacy, and this is where you password protect directories, which you can do or not. Let's go back. Let's see. Databases we won't be using. Oh, here's subdomains. So you can make as many subdomains as you want. I click on that. I can create a subdomain called doggos. No, I'll call it Claudia. There we go. And I've got a bunch of, I've been using this for some time, so I've got a bunch of other things set up. You can put a subdomain inside a subdomain if you want, and that's just fine. I won't. I'll just make it at claudia.kieranmatheson.com. This is the folder. If you put files here, they'll be available at the URL claudia.kieranmatheson.com. So this is actually this is a file root. This is a root in the file manager. So if you create, success, hooray! So that made claudia.kieranmatheson.com. If we go there, CLAUDIA dot so there's nothing there yet. If I go back here, I'll go into the file manager again. We should see a new directory, a new folder, Claudia, and there it is, claudia.kieranmatheson.com. Any files I put here will appear at that URL. So let me upload something. Let's see, what would be a good thing to upload? What's something? Okay, how about I'll go to here. I'll find some pictures that could be useful. Go to pictures, and we have some art apparently. What's this one? I don't know what that is. It's pretty big though, so let's choose something a bit smaller. This is a street poster, it says. See what it looks like. Aha, that's okay. So I'm going to drag that over to here. So now I've uploaded that to claudia.kieranmatheson.com. We'll go back there. Okay, I'll change this, I'll rename the file and call it, nope, I hit copy accidentally. That's not what I want to do. I want to rename, and we'll call it Jim. So there it is. So claudia.kieranmatheson.com, that in that folder there's a file called Jim. So I should be able to go to the URL claudia.kieranmatheson.com/jim.jpg, and there it is. All right, so that's Subdomains, use that quite a bit. And that's really about it. There are lots of other things down here, as you can see. You can set up more security if you want. Let's see. Anything else we care about? If you're a geek and you want to use a command line, there's a terminal down here. And so this just gives you a place to type in terminal commands, and off it goes. If you're using this on a public computer, someone, it's not just purely your own, you probably want to log out at the end, because otherwise, who knows what evil might happen. So that's cPanel. If you have any other questions about it, or you have any other explainer videos you want, let me know.